schools, two streets, his home.
Independence, get out! We know what you're all about. Evictions, mansion for your bodies. David Cameron, get out! We know what you're all about.
Tanya Murat, I'm from Southwark Defend Council Housing. We've been fighting for many years in Southwark. We actually stopped the council in the year 2000 from transferring 58,000 council homes into the private sector. We're very proud of that. But recently we've been fighting over the Aylesbury, and we had a lobby of the council over the Aylesbury, but also the Housing and Planning Bill. And we think that we need to do two things. We need to oppose the council when it comes to the demolition of council homes and social cleansing, but we also need to have a very organised campaign against the housing bill, and that will include, and it should include, Labour councils who oppose a housing bill, because, you know, for example, Camden Council has set up a conference, a summit on the 11th of February, and our Labour councillors in Southwark have said that they're going to go to that conference, and that's all part of building the general campaign against the bill. But the most important thing about the campaign now is the size of the campaign now, the size of the number of people on the streets, the number of people at the meetings, the publicity that we get out, and, you know, the amount of times it gets in the press, and the amount of activity there is before the housing bill goes through. And maybe it won't go through, maybe the Lords will stop it, they've done it before with tax credits, but if it does go through, then the amount of organising now will have an effect on how we can oppose any councils implementing the bill, because what we are saying is that Labour councils, any councils really, but especially Labour councils, should not do the Tories' dirty work for them. They should not implement the Housing and Planning Act.
Architects for Social Housing. We were set up in response to the housing crisis to provide an architectural response. We work with council estates that are being threatened with demolition, and we come up with alternative plans. We work with residents to show that you can build additional housing on these estates without demolishing any of the existing homes. So you can build between the houses, on top of them, but you leave the existing communities intact. It's really important that the homes aren't demolished, because the communities and the homes are one and the same thing. You refurbish the homes by selling off some of the homes that the new homes that you make. You can refurbish the existing homes, and you can build some extra. And it makes sense financially. It's financially totally viable. It's much more sustainable environmentally, because when you're demolishing huge amounts of buildings, you're demolishing huge amounts of carbon. You're bringing back into the atmosphere. The current housing bill is just going to make this even worse, because at the moment there used to be obligations for in any development you would be obliged to provide a certain percentage of affordable housing. And although affordable, we know that affordable isn't affordable, 80% of market rent is not affordable, but there is still an obligation to provide some housing that is not simply for market rate. Now, with the new housing bill, there is no obligation at all. The only thing they'll be obliged to provide at the moment is starter homes for sale at £450,000. And they're changing, basically the biggest thing is they're changing, it's about language. They're changing the definition of what affordable is. So they're still calling it so legally, they're doing policy, the policy is correct. They're providing what they call affordable homes, that is not affordable.